Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So basically, The Last of Us 3 pretty much got confirmed, and I'm honestly really excited just because it really isn't confirmed, but basically there's been some new news outlets where they basically talk about that the outline story is basically already written, but they just pretty much haven't, the game's not really in development yet. So that was to be expected. I knew that there would be some type of outline just because usually when you're making like a movie or like a video game, for example, you would have like rough drafts to like see like where you want to continue off the story if there were to be a sequel, for example. I know a bunch of like movies I think did this, that like there was some stuff I guess cut out in like original game, and that's where you implement it in the next game. So I kind of figured that this was already going to be a thing. In case you guys don't know, basically there's an IGN article basically talking about how Neil Druckmann basically talked about how it's pretty much already outlined, like they already know what the story is gonna somewhat be. It's not like the final rough draft basically, it's just like it's not the final draft, but it's basically just a rough draft of how they would imagine to continue The Last of Us in a third game. And so honestly it makes me pretty excited because it literally just straight up confirms that Last of Us 3 is going to happen. So I think it's safe to say that's pretty much 100% confirmed. I know literally Naughty Dog did well with Last of Us 2, there's no doubt about it. They're clearly going to make a third game, I think that's for sure. Like, why would Neil talk about there being an outline already for the third game? Like, the company's not going to go bankrupt. Like, they're making a third game. I'm pretty sure it's basically confirmed at this point. It's not in development though, but it's pretty much gonna happen. It's pretty much gonna be a thing, the third game. So what I really wanted to talk about was the possibility of when The Last of Us 3 could be releasing, just because of the fact that Neil pretty much confirmed that a third game's already happening. So what I really want to talk about is that Last of Us 3, they mentioned that it's not in development. What are they working on then if it's not in development? So there has been speculations that they're of course working on factions, which would be really hype. I'm personally not really crazy about factions, but who knows, maybe I'll enjoy these factions better. I really just enjoy stuff multiplayer, especially on PC, but I've seen factions gameplay and seen what Naughty Dog game multiplayer is like, and it seems really fun. Who knows, maybe I could be obsessed with it like I was with Overwatch back then, so maybe that'll be fun. But honestly, if there's going to be factions, there could be like a bigger part to factions where it could be bigger than the original Last of Us 1's factions, so that's probably where their time and development is being spent on at the moment. And another thing that I would personally hope that they were working on is maybe possibly another Uncharted game. So in case nobody knows, there's been rumors about Uncharted and a possible new Last of Us Battle Royale factions mode. Factions is pretty much happening, it's pretty much been confirmed, but nothing's been confirmed about a DLC with Abby or Battle Royale mode or Uncharted. I understand the new Uncharted movie is releasing, so it's kind of mixed. You could technically make a game maybe based on the movie, maybe you can literally make a prequel about the movie, which I don't know if that's really what they want to do, but it would be a pretty good game. It would be kind of weird just to see like that alternate universe of Nathan Drake, but I honestly wouldn't mind at this point. I really just want something new with like a new IP. I guess Uncharted isn't really a new IP, it's a new story, I guess, with a new, it's a rebirth, I think. I don't even know where it is, but anyways, a new IP. I think definitely that Naughty Dog should definitely work on a new IP at the moment, just because Last of Us 2, it faced controversy, that I will admit. It did sell well though, however, you can't judge about that. It did sell well, and I do think that they're gonna definitely take a long break from Last of Us story and just focus on multiplayer for a while, because even if you didn't like the story, everyone loves multiplayer, or at least I know most people do, so I know I'll enjoy the heck out of multiplayer. The gameplay in 2 was so much fun, so I'll definitely have a good time in multiplayer. So that's kind of like what I'm expecting, at least for like a Last of Us, like next Naughty Dog's next plans. Everyone thinks that they're going to be at E3 this year, which I find it a little bit ridiculous just because they literally just released The Last of Us Part 2 once again less than a year ago. So I don't think they're going to be at E3, and they could for factions. I'm not saying it's not possible, but if you're expecting a whole new game to be announced, then yikes. I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe next year they'll announce it, I don't know. This is, Sony literally owns Naughty Dog, I think, right? Yeah, Sony owns Naughty Dog, so I would imagine that Sony wants them to just keep working on the game and not announce anything yet, especially since it's not probably done. So that's pretty much it for this news. I'm wondering how far or like what the plot's gonna be about, because it's literally anything can happen for Last of Us 3. There's been speculations that people could see Abby returning, which is a pretty big deal because Abby, I'm gonna say this for like the community, but Abby was either the most loved or hated person in the game. And there's no doubt about it that Laura Bailey did an absolute job playing as Abby, but people just didn't like how she was written, and I'm willing to give them a chance. Abby could literally be written in, but yeah, Abby was written in a way where she was basically hated and basically loved by the community. They were definitely split in half in both sides of the argument, but they could definitely expand on her character in their game and possibly like, not retcon, but just write her in a way where basically people just don't hate her for killing Joel in the second game. So that's basically overall my opinions about The Last of Us 3. There's really not a whole lot to say other than there's a script written, and that's honestly pretty much it. I don't know when we're gonna get Last of Us 3 news, just because 2 just came out last year. So I want to assume that maybe in 4 years or 5, maybe that's when we can get news on it, just because realistically speaking, I think Last of Us 1 and Last of Us 2 timeline was 7 years, I believe, in between when the last game came out. So I think it's safe to say that we're not going to see it for a while, and I'm kind of expecting it. Hopefully Naughty Dog Games is working on other projects such as Factions 2 and maybe a new Uncharted game, either a new IP. They're most likely going to work on a new IP, and then Last of Us 3 will happen way later, maybe for the PS6, I don't know. It really depends because I don't know what their plans are. So that's basically overall my opinions about Naughty Dog's plans. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, share, subscribe. It really helps our channel a lot. And we're almost at 2,400 subscribers, so that's pretty exciting. So I'm gonna end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.